Are you getting ready to tee it up on the golf course for the first time? Or were you out on the course only to realize mid-round that your bag wasn't packed and stocked as well as it needed to be? If either of those cases sound like you, then this video is for you. Get ready to learn about the top 10 essential items for your golf bag right now. So if you check out the golf bag of most experienced golfers, you will find an array of items and supplies. Now, that mix of items is probably specific to the golfer, but you'll find that there are some items that every golfer will have because we know that they're essential to being productive and efficient while we're out there on the course. So let's talk about these 10 items. Now, obviously, we cannot strike a golf ball without a golf club. If you are headed to a golf course, then you will need your own set of clubs. And the set of clubs can vary in terms of its mix. This is an important point. Please know that while it's some municipal and public facilities that are kind of come as you are and that type of thing, they're okay with you sharing clubs. But in most semi-private and private clubs and resorts, you're absolutely prohibited from sharing sets of clubs. So in other words, in a foursome, there should be 4 sets of clubs. Threesome, 3 sets of clubs, so on and so forth. And this is done for a variety of reasons, but one of the big ones is pace of play. If we're sharing clubs, then it's a holdup. If there are 3 of us and we have 1 putter, that's gonna take a lot of time, the same way with a driver, so on and so forth. So be mindful of that. But fear not, if you don't have an extensive set of clubs, you don't need an extensive set of clubs as a beginner because you aren't quite able to control and manipulate the ball enough to recognize the difference between 2 clubs anyway. So don't worry about if you don't have a 6, 7, 8, 9 iron. You know, you'll be just fine with a basic set that might include a wedge or 2, maybe a pitching wedge and a sand wedge, a putter, a hybrid, maybe 2 irons, a 7 or 8 iron or something like that, and a hybrid club again, and a fairway club, a 5 wood or 7 wood, or maybe even a 3 wood, and then a driver. But you'll be fine with a set like that. But obviously, step 1, we've got to have golf clubs. Number 2, we can't keep swinging at the air. We have to have a golf ball to strike. Now, if we're heading out onto the golf course, well, obviously, we must bring our own balls. Now, golf balls come in the only thing that doesn't vary with the golf ball is the shape and the size, right? But they come in a variety of colors, patterns, and they come in all over the price point spectrum, so on and so forth. Now, for new golfers, I say this, you're going to be surprised at how many golf balls you're going to lose during your early rounds on the golf course. It's just par for the course, no pun intended. We're learning to control the ball. We're playing on different lies and angles and different heights and depths of grass and rough cuts and that type of thing. We're going to lose some, so don't worry about that. But to facilitate not worrying about that, carry plenty of balls. And with that said, don't worry about having the most expensive ball. There's no need to buy a premium ball when, in all likelihood, there's a chance that the ball could get lost, right? So we don't want to just donate to the situation here. So there are plenty of great balls out there that you can purchase that will come in at a comfortable price point, that are cool colors, you know, whatever your color is, whether it's a fluorescent or a neon, or maybe you're a classicist like myself. I prefer the good old-fashioned boring white golf ball still. Whatever your preference is, there's an option for you out there. Now, one of the options that I absolutely love sharing and reminding people about is this, the X-Out. The X-Out is this cool thing. Well, the manufacturers don't view it that way. What happens is if during the manufacturing process, the stamping process essentially, an error is created on the ball where the ball is even the cosmetics of the golf ball, not the technical aspects, but the cosmetics are even the least bit flawed, the manufacturing company, the ball producer, cannot sell it at full price. They cannot sell it as a first run. So they call these X-Outs because they literally stamp X's over the brand name because it's kind of saying this doesn't quite meet our quality standards. But the golf ball is still great. So you can get X-Outs at phenomenal prices. So look around at the different stores and outlets and that type of thing. So that's a great option too, because they'll come in at a very reasonable price point and you'll get a nice quality ball. But even if you don't go for the XI, I'm telling you, there are more golf ball brands and types out there to meet your interests and needs. So gotta have golf balls, so make sure you buy plenty of them. So, one time per hole, and that is where we're starting off what we call our tee shot. We have an opportunity to make sure that the ball is perfectly positioned to our height and to our preference using a little piece, a little tool here. We call it just that right there, right? The tee. Now these tees come in varying lengths. Traditionally they're made of wood, but increasingly you can find them made of plastic and they're a bit more durable. Again, I'm kind of a classicist when it comes to a lot of these things, and I still prefer the good old-fashioned wood tee for a couple of reasons, but that's neither here nor there. The important thing to know is that tees also come in a variety of heights. So even though we may be teeing it up on a specific hole, explain the different heights and how you may use them a bit more. Golf tees, plenty of them. Now, once you get out on the golf course, you realize all of the ways that you and your hands and your clubs and everything else are gonna get dirty, gonna get muddy. We're out on the golf course and it is full of what? Grass and dirt and water and all kinds of things. So we get a little grimy. And that is where towels come into play. You will see that experienced golfers who've been doing this a while, we carry lots of towels. If I think about my golf bag right now, there's one hanging off the center strap, there's one hanging off the side strap, there's two in another compartment. I can never get enough towels because there's a lot of moisture, and that's what helps keep the grass green and things beautiful out there. But the trade-off is there's a lot of opportunity for my hands to get dirty, and I don't want moisture when I'm holding a club. I don't want my handles, my grips to get wet, but they will if I happen to have to lie the club down, especially if you're playing in the morning where there may be dew and condensation still on the ground. So it's another reason. Then each time that I'm going to prepare to putt and I'm walking toward the green where I may have a wedge and a putter in my hand, I only use one club at a time, right? So one of them is going to have to lie down on the ground, and that's where we use a towel. We may use a towel in that situation. I may strike a ball, and of course, hopefully if I'm making good solid contact, the club's also going to interact with the ground. It's going to get dirty, but we don't like the club to stay dirty. We like those grooves to get nice and clean. Once again, I'll need a towel. So again, there are so many ways that you're going to find to use a towel. You'll find that having one towel probably won't be enough. So make a note to bring at least 2 or 3. Now, any type of towel could work, but I prefer the highly absorbent, kind of this waffle style that's very popular among the golf brands and that type of thing, very common. And then there's the good old-fashioned, more typical kind of cotton absorbent. But 2 to 3 towels at minimum will serve you well. Now, if you play enough golf, there is a virtual guarantee that you are going to experience a variety of climates. It may be sunny for a while, it may be cloudy, a rain shower may come in, it may be windy, the temperature may drop, it may increase again. All that to say, that's part of golf, weather and the changes of the weather. But one of the things that can really have an effect on you and your equipment and how you play is the precipitation, rain, right? And if you are getting wet, that is an uncomfortable feeling. At the same time, unless there's electricity, most golfers, we just keep on playing, unless it's just a massive downpour or there's thunder and lightning. Those two, definitely not the thunder and lightning, but even the heavier precipitation. Nonetheless, it's important to be prepared. This is all about preparation and making sure that our golf bag is properly equipped, right? So one of the things that you'll find that most experienced golfers do to have their bags well prepared will carry some type of rain garment. One of the most popular ones, you'll hear the term a golf shirt or a rain shirt. And it's simply a water-resistant, weather-resistant shirt. Essentially, it'll zip over in maybe a 3/4 or a half zip, or maybe just a full pullover. But here's the thing, it's not just a jacket, because oftentimes the sleeves are either half or 3/4. Why is that important? Because golfers, we're busy swinging, right? And while we may want to have coverage and protection to make sure we stay warm and we don't overheat, and also I don't want my shirt to get wet, because ultimately if it stops raining, I don't want to be there in this yucky wet shirt, right? I want to stay dry. I still need and have the flexibility and the range of motion to move. So golf shirts are really popular for men and the ladies, and it's something that, and frankly, until I was playing a lot of golf, I never really kept a golf shirt. But now I always have one tucked away in my bag. It may go for months without seeing the daylight, but when I need it, and so it's always there. And so I would encourage you to consider something like that to have in your bag so that you don't have to worry about it and constantly packing your bag just in case, because trust me, the cloud pops up even when the weatherman didn't predict it to be so. Rain gear. Is this video adding value to you as you grow your golf game? If you could do us the favor of pressing the like button, the subscribing, and even ringing the notification bell so that you never miss valuable videos from the Dr. Greta Golf channel, we'd appreciate it. Thank you. Speaking of rain gear, golf umbrellas are obviously similar to the general umbrella, but they tend to be much more durable and a bit larger in circumference. So I think the average golf umbrella is about 62 inches, which is pretty good. Here's another cool thing about golf umbrellas. They tend to have kind of a double coverage. So you know how you're holding the umbrella and it's raining and it drips? Well, they have a second layer so that when it's dripping, you're not still getting wet. They're really cool. Now, golf umbrellas range in prices. And if you're inclined to kind of be super stylistic and want the brand to match your bag or your equipment, trust me, every manufacturer makes a cool golf umbrella. You're able to do that. Or if you just want to be covered and dry, you can find one very economical price. But a golf umbrella will serve you well. It can help to keep you dry as you're walking and riding along, as well as your equipment and umbrella. Very important. Now, it still amazes me at how much we are affected, or should I say how much our golf game can be adversely affected by poor hydration or dehydration. These days, it's more important than ever to take full responsibility for your own hydration. Out on the course, while the coolers may still be there, it's unpredictable as to whether or not they're going to be full of water and that type of thing. But just to be on the safe side, take care of you. I recommend bringing your own hydration station, your own hydration bottle. I have a couple of these. Of course, I'm often out on the course. It's kind of my way I make my living, right? So I'm out, I'm in the golf all the time. But I have a couple of these. Of course, they come in varying sizes. They keep the beverage super cool, whatever temperature you want it to be. Safe, durable, can take a licking and keep on ticking, as they used to say. But hydration is essential. And so you want to be drinking the right things. Now, I've done a whole series of videos about hydration and golf performance, and we'll put the links up here for those videos. But it is essential that you take care and drink well and drink often. And remember, it's not just the quantity, it's the quality of what you're drinking. So check out those videos above. But hydration, stay hydrated, and it will serve you well. And seasoned golfers know that. Now, related to that hydration is electrolyte replacement. Again, the videos above, we're going to see links about hydration and golf performance, cover these things in depth. But know that some of the products that you may be able to purchase while you're off of the golf cart or in the clubhouse at the turn, they aren't quite full of the things that you need to help you perform well and to promote your overall health. What we need to replace is not only that water, that hydration that you've lost, but we want to replace those electrolytes. And we do that by way of sodium and that type of thing. So while that Gator this or Power that or even that Coca this may provide you with some of that sodium, take a close look at those calories and the number of servings that are in that bottle. So while it may look like a reasonable number, do the multiplier, okay? So I am a big proponent of water along with what we call some of the electrolyte replacement products out there. Noon tablets, Liquid IV comes in a powder form, Ultima. Those are great products. And again, links below so you can learn a bit more about those and check them out. But hydration, good quality hydration will help you enjoy your rounds and consistently. And again, we're talking about packing our bags. So you get a bunch of those, stick them in the golf bag. They don't go bad. Heat doesn't bother them. The cool doesn't bother them. And when you need them, you pull them out, pour them in, and you're good to go. So as much as we love the sunshine as golfers, too much of it, like anything else, can be a not good thing. So we have to protect ourselves. Sunscreen is essential. We want to develop the habit of putting it on regularly and often. And the only way to do that is to also keep sunscreen in our bag. So yes, we're putting it on before we begin our round, but a round of golf, even if we're playing 9 holes, will be a few hours. And most sunscreens advise us that we need to replace them every hour, 15 minutes. So it's important, whatever form you use, whether it's lotion or spray on or whatever your preference is to keep a bottle or a can or a tube of it, whatever the packaging is, in your golf bag. Now, it's just like anything else in life. We never expect something not so good to happen. But out on the golf course, out in nature, trips, falls, bug bites, bee stings, cuts, bruises, they happen. And so it's important to have a couple of basic items in your bag. If we tried to assemble all of these, you know, it's very possible, and a lot of us have a homemade kind of first aid kit, but there are some awesome pre-made first aid kits available to us that are nominal in cost, that will provide us with a measure of security that is just worth the few bucks that it will cost us. And they're small, they don't take up much space in the bags. And remember, I talked about how important it is to have a good golf bag. Our golf bag probably has plenty of pockets. I've never seen a golf bag that didn't have a lot of pockets. But a smart designed golf bag, there'll be plenty of room for these items. A smart, well-equipped first aid kit in case you have a blister or there's a cut or a bee sting or a bug bite. Like I said, these things happen. We don't plan for them, but we're going to be prepared. So now that we know what we need to get in our bag so that we can have a great worry-free round, let's get those bags packed and get out there and have some fun. See you in the next video.